Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you for being here. So let's do this. Let's see what wants to come out for you this week. This is going to be Thursday to Thursday. This is your weekly for all Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus signs, okay? So let's see what wants to come out for you and see how this resonates. And I hope that there is something that each of you can take with you, okay? If you'd like a personal read, then go to theguidedintuitive.com and we'll get you set up over there, okay? I've been meeting so many fascinating people, so thank you so much for all of you that have booked your readings. It's been such a wonderful time to meet all of you. It's been exciting. It's so talented, many of you are. I just gotta point that out here for sure. So anyway, all right, let's see what wants to come out here for you. And like I said, this will be a general read, all right? So please continue your likes, your subscribes, your shares, note your comments below. I so thank you for that. Let's see what wants to come out and what insights are important for you this particular week for Sagittarius, okay? Here we go. So this is your current situation at hand, okay? Oh my gosh, you got to check out Pisces video because they got this as well. So this is actually having a lot of choices. This is about lifting the veil of illusion to determine what's real and what is illusion, okay? So you're kind of standing back from the situation and kind of looking at things and maybe seeing how your values line up with what is being presented, okay? Because it's almost as if the world is giving you a lot of opportunity here. Now, this might have to do with a relationship. It could have to do with a career or a particular situation, okay? So you might, if you're newly dating, you might have a lot of options. Some of them might not be so good, just saying, okay? So do check that out, all right? There is a lot of illusion, right? And this is about stepping back and perhaps checking in with yourself and kind of going deep within your dark higher self and determining what is your values, okay? What are your values and what options or opportunities are going to align with that? And then which ones are more viable for you in terms of your choices, okay? So this is asking you to do that, and this is the current situation right now. Let's see if there's any challenges that are affecting this current situation, okay? What's any challenges? Okay. So this is about going within. Okay, so it's just going within and determining which particular, taking the time to do so, look at different perspectives, going in with what we just talked about yourself, aligning your values with the choices, with what you want, whether, measuring short-term and long-term, that type of thing for yourself. But it's really going within. It's a major arcana card, so it's interesting to see this, but it is about just taking a moment to sacrifice something that is going to take, depending on what choice that you take, and also trying to get a different perspective. So trying a lot of different things. Maybe that you're meditating, maybe you're hanging upside down to kind of get just kind of get different insights. So and that's okay. So that's quite beautiful. Let's take a look at the past and how it's affecting your future. Okay, so this is about juggling two things. Okay, two people, two jobs, two situations, whatever that is. But this is about having balance in that. So being able to create some sort of synchronicity and some sort of balance for yourself. And this might have to deal with your using your mind as well as your emotions and balancing both out in terms of making a particular decision here, okay? So that could be very much be the case. So it's about balance, I think, is going to be key for you here, okay? So that's going to be kind of key. Sorry about that, guys. I kind of did something. Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, and what I want to do is I want to clarify. I'm just going to clarify this here real quick. The Seven of Cups. It's about having faith and choosing the right choice, right? And going in spiritually to see what that really is truly for you. Because what you don't want to do is the past. You want to maintain your balance, perhaps. And, perhaps that you do have to make a choice that if you do make one, you can't choose the other. But this is really more about balance. And you don't want it to cause any sort of imbalance with you. Pentacles, it could be, the Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo there. But I am also seeing here Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? Kind of that type of energy or someone exuding that. So let's clarify this Seven of Cups. Interesting. So it might have to be a choice as relates to someone, an independent woman. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Now, This might have to, this looks like an independent woman, someone who's very happy with her health and her, with her wealth, her security that she's worked really, really hard for. And she's kind of just basking in her wealth, and just, enjoying the rewards, and the fruits of her hard labor is what I see here. So it's a lot about influence. It's about, it's coming to fruition. So this is about gratitude and being thankful for what you have, liking nice things. So it might be one of those that you might be interested in, Sagittarius. It could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo is what I'm seeing here. Okay, that seems to be coming through here, and that's probably how you see someone. All right, let me clarify that further, and I get the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is someone that is of authority and is a visionary and a real entrepreneur. Okay, so someone that really knows business and that type of thing. But really sees new, very, very creative as well. So the Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So it could be making a decision as it relates here, okay? Making a decision as it pertains to this. I almost feel like this is a couple. I almost got to say, it almost feels like a couple here. And it could, this is just someone who is very wealthy in terms of her positioning. In what she values, okay? So very wealthy in what she values in life. So I think that's key. But yeah, so there's kind of making a decision as it relates. It's almost as if that you're one of these here, almost as I feel. But it's like, that's what I'm getting here. So I almost feel like there's a couple here. I don't know. I really feel that. Yeah. And it's should I continue to put the hard work in this, or what should I do? Stopping and taking a reflective moment, which is not unusual because that's what you're doing with the Hangman, right? So you're seeing all the opportunities, but you're trying to rid of all the illusions and kind of, remove that veil of illusion to really come to the truth of what this is. What is it that in the past that you were balancing? What is this Two of Pentacles that you were balancing in the past? What does that have to do with? Lovers. Okay, so this could have to do with a particular situation, balancing two people, two things, at this particular time. But yeah, this is talking about a lover. It's just making sure that you're balancing that. This is a divine connection. So having a balanced lover in your life. And this is someone that is a Knight of Pentacles that also clarifies the lovers. This is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, someone bringing in a very slow cup of love. Very, very slow, but bringing it in. And it is as it relates to lovers here, okay? So, and it's just about getting the balance, the equal give and take, perhaps, the equalness of that. So that's what I see, and I think that in the choices that you make for the future, you definitely want this to make the right choice. And that's what I see here. What's the outcome of the situation? Let's see if anything wants to come up here. Wow. A new beginning. So this is a new beginning, a new opportunity. It could be working together. It also could be an opportunity to, just an opportunity, a potential of an opportunity to manifest prosperity and to either do it together with, a potential loved one, or to really focus on your prosperity and what you're manifesting, what you hope to come to fruition. And what is it that you hope to come to fruition? Yeah, it's something that you're working on, okay? There could be 3 people involved in this. It could be, as it relates to love, or it could be as it relates to work. But I do see that there are 3 people involved that are doing their work and, very creatively, okay? But there is a new beginning as it relates. And 3s are about creativity as well. Pentacles are about earth signs, so it could be working with an earth sign and having a brand new opportunity as it relates to that. And you're really looking long term. It looks like, Sagittarius, you're looking long term. You're seeing buds, things on this particular fruits of your labor come through. But again, the pages are all about messages. So this is like a message of being curious and energetic about what the future holds, as it pertains to this opportunity here. And what else wants to come through? Judgment. So this is going to say, this is a major arcana card. And what this tells me is that this is all about absolution. The decision is going to be made in this particular situation, okay? So as it relates to you, this other person, you in this situation, you in your work of some sort, there's going to be a judgment and like a resurrection, okay? You could see, because kind of like rising above. So people are rising above, their arms are up in the sky. So there could be a resurrection in this relationship, this situation, this work situation, whatever that is for you. And even though things are hidden because you've got the moon here, and the moon things, so there are some things that are hidden and things that you may be fearful of. And again, this talks about, again, of illusions. So be careful of illusions, okay? Really check in with yourself and do some meditating to check in with your highest self. And make sure you're staying in alignment with your highest self, Sagittarius. That's what's coming through here, okay? So I do want you to keep that. As long as you're within that, things will go well, okay? And because you don't want to be left out, okay? This is the Five of Pentacles, and fives are about change, okay? So you don't want to feel left out in the current situation. And Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you're extending your cup of love, it looks like, to someone. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So how interesting. So let's see, if you were a spirit animal, what would you be? Okay, let's see what that would be for you. But yeah, that's what I see so far. It's coming through with you. If you were a spirit animal, what would you be? We've been pulling these because I've been helping out a family of feral cats, and I thought, oh, I've only used this deck a second time here. I haven't used it much. So, oh, interesting. So you get the Scorpion. Okay, interesting. Woo. Okay. Now this is just saying is that Scorpions are very playful. Okay, so Sagittarius, you might be very playful at this particular time. Okay. They also say that Scorpions, when they come into your life, that sometimes the sting can offer a healing property. Sometimes that happens. So sometimes there was perhaps in this situation, maybe you felt a slight sting. Maybe there was a certain situation related to this relationship, this situation that left that was a sting, but the sting instigated healing in this situation, and therefore you were able to move on into the light with more confidence moving forward, okay? And becoming a little bit more playful. So it doesn't always have to be a bad thing, okay? I'm just saying. But you see how what's interesting is, like, before they do the sting, they do that little dance, right? And so they remain true to themselves, okay? So, which I find so interesting. So even when they go and sting someone, they kind of dance, and then all of a sudden, they sting, right? So they do remain true to themselves. And so I'm thinking that this is probably you remaining true to yourself, okay? And, going through some sort of, process, in terms of, even though that things are unknown, I truly believe that some sort of sting had actually healed the situation and is going to allow things to unfold in a much better way. So it's quite interesting. But that's the Scorpions, for the most part, is what I'm seeing here. So just note that. So I think for the most part that's what I'm seeing here. And there's a lot of light surrounding this, so that's kind of interesting as well. So you see that there's a lot of light, but this is just all about that. When you do that sting and it brings healing, there is some sort of rebirth that takes place. Hence the light that's come from this that brings more confidence and more passion, okay, and more energy within the relationship. Okay, so it's kind of like that after some sort of sadness or some sort of death, there is a rebirth, okay? But that's what I'm seeing. That could be happening within you, okay? But it's also important for you to remember to also, on the other hand, make sure, Sag, that you're staying away from poisonous people and poisonous situations. You want to stay away from that, okay? So do keep that in mind. This is like the alchemical symbol for fire, all right? So it could have to do with maybe perhaps even a fire sign or that type of thing. But that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, just keep that in mind, that's very, very important to think about, okay? Very, very important to just keep that in mind and to know that that is available for you, okay? So even though that these are small in size, and even though you feel that you might be a smaller competitor in whatever situation this is, you're powerful. You're very, very powerful, okay? So don't forget that, okay? Okay, so and that's what I'm seeing. So that's what wants to come into play. How can the soul tree cards help you out in this process? Let's see what wants to come out for you here, okay? Just to kind of shed some light on things. Sacred. So I think that in whatever the situation is, even if it's a relationship, a situation, it is sacred in some way, shape, or form for you, okay? And that's what I'm feeling is really coming out. It's really something that's incredibly sacred to you. There's a lot of the deep purple in here, and it is about recognizing and honoring your life, the divine and the pure and the spiritual essence of yourself, okay? So I don't want you to forget that. This is really saying to be true to that, right? And that's what maybe I think was saying is like, kind of, be in your truth. Don't forget your truth, okay? Because even though you've got the Scorpio, they're playful, but they stay in their truth, okay? And I think that is one of the keys that comes into place, okay? So do keep that in mind. Recognize and honor the sacredness that is in your life, Sag, okay? Because that is key. And that is going to allow a lot more growth as you move forward, okay? It has something, it's a prominent part of who you are. And it gives you a lot more confidence, which is the yellow there. It taps you, brings you grounded, which is the red here. And then it also keeps you connected to spirit and balances you, okay? Which is the purple there, all right? Excuse me, so do keep that in mind. And I do think that if there is a relationship here, it's very sacred, okay? It could be some sort of a soulmate relationship, some sort of really beautiful divine connection, okay, is what I'm saying. There's some sort of sacredness that is enveloped in this particular situation, person, or perhaps even venture, okay? So that's what I'm saying. So love you lots. I look forward to it. Please note your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you next week, Sag. And until then, namaste.